Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. We're very glad to be here today to deliver our presentation about essay test and matching task. My name is Raisya Mutia Johari, and together with my partner, Nisa Rahma Sabila, we'll explain the concepts, advantages, disadvantages, and guidelines for constructing and scoring these types of paper and pencil tests. I will start with the essay test first, and my partner will continue with the matching task later on. So, let's begin. Paper and pencil tests are one of the most common forms of classroom assessment. They include several types, but two of the most widely used are the essay test and the matching task. An essay test measures how well students can organize, express, and justify their ideas in their own words. Meanwhile, a matching task focuses more on recall and recognition, like connecting names with dates or terms with definitions. Both of these test types require clear instructions, fair scoring, and careful design to make sure they are valid and reliable. An essay test is a type of test that requires students to respond in writing using their own words. The purpose is to measure understanding, reasoning, and the ability to draw logical conclusions. There are two main types of essay tests. The first one is extended response, which asks for long, detailed answers, such as analyzing or comparing two ideas. For example, comparing the writings of Bret Harte and Mark Twain. The second is short answer, which asks for shorter and more specific responses, such as identifying research methods used in a psychological theory. So basically, essay tests focus on how students think and express ideas, not just what they memorize. Essay tests have several benefits. First, they help develop critical thinking because students need to analyze, synthesize, and evaluate the information. Second, they encourage expressive writing, where letting students show their own reasoning and writing style. Third, an essay tests are easy to construct compared to multiple choice tests that require many answer options. And finally, they promote deeper learning since students focus more on understanding big ideas instead of memorizing details. However, essay tests also have some disadvantages. They cover less content because each question takes longer to answer. Scoring can be subjective since the teacher may interpret answer differently, leading to scoring bias. Essay tests also take more time to create, and students who write fluently might get higher scores even if they don't understand the topic better. So while essay tests are for evaluating thinking, they are not always the best for testing factual knowledge. To make essay tests more effective, teachers should follow some guidelines. First, write clear and specific questions using action verbs like compare, analyze, or evaluate. Second, require evidence. Students should support their answer with data or examples. Third, avoid optional questions because if students answer different items, it's harder to compare their results. Fourth, always include time limits and point values so students can plan their answers. And lastly, use a checklist or rubric to make scoring fair and consistent. When scoring essay tests, there are two main methods. The first is analytic or point scoring, where the teacher assigns points of each key idea based on an ideal answer. The second is holistic or rating scoring, where the whole answer is judged based on its overall quality. To make scoring more reliable, teachers should hide student names, score one question at a time, and focus on the content instead of handwriting or grammar. Providing written feedback is also important so students can learn from their mistakes and improve.
Now I will explain about matching test items. What is matching test items? Matching test items is a basic matching questions has two columns. One contains the questions or statements to be answered, and the other one is the list of the possible answers. Here are the example of matching test items. There is two columns, which is column A and column B. Column A in the left side is the questions or the statements, and the column B is the possible answers that need to be answered. Students have to choose the correct answers in the column B and then they put it in the column A. For example, number 2, Winnie the Pooh is A. So students need to write A in the number 2. Matching test items are designed for measure students' knowledge or recall factual information. If teacher wants to measure students in the specific knowledge like dates, names, or definitions, they can use matching test items. So matching test items are good for knowledge level learning, for example like remembering facts, terms, or dates, and then some comprehension level tasks if designed carefully. But matching test items is only focused on lower level cognitive skill, which is remembering and recalling information. Here are advantages and disadvantages of matching test items. The advantages is allows testing a wide range of knowledge in a small amount of space and preparation times. As I said before that it is very useful for measure students' knowledge in specific information like names, dates, and so on and so forth. And it is also very useful for a teacher in making matching test items because there is an answer keys. And the second one is useful for subjects that include many factual details maybe like history subjects or biology subject and so on and so forth. And the second one is the disadvantages. The first one is time consuming for students. It is very time consuming, maybe it take longer for it, both questions and answers. It also time consuming because if they put the wrong answers in the question, they need to replace and think again the correct answers. The second one is may not be appropriate for higher levels of learning because it is only remembering and recalling informations. And the last is tips for writing matching test items. The first one is include directions which clearly state the basis for matching the stimuli with the responses. So it is must provide clearly state the basis for matching test items and then tell the students whether the response may be used more than one. The second is keep all items about one topic. Include only items for the same topic and then avoid mixing unrelated topic. The third one is avoid grammatical or other clues to the correct response. Make sure the STEM responses are grammatically consistent and clear. And the last one is the column of stimuli on the left should state the question clearly. Maybe that's all from us. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.